Are you ready? It's time for the Harley Carnes podcast. Hi, everyone. It's good to be back. Let me turn that music down just a little bit. Hello again. Welcome back. I'm really glad you're here. We're going to talk about something that's pretty big. Transformation. How to change your life. Not overnight, not with magic, but in real and meaningful ways. Now, I am not a guru. People don't gather around me in hooded robes to soak up ancient inspiration from Harley's wisdom river. I mean, come on. I'm a reporter, and like any good reporter, I went looking for some facts. I wanted to know, are there a handful of science-backed, sensible things that can help just about anyone move toward the life they want, a life that always seems so close yet just out of reach? And it turns out, well, there are, and they're probably a lot simpler than you think. Maybe you're like me in this. I've done a whole lot of this stuff, a lot of times, just a little bit. The trick is to make simple changes that become a permanent part of who we are. If we enjoy the process, it can happen. If we don't enjoy it, we're probably not going to do it, right? Some of these ideas, actually all of these ideas, come from brilliant people, researchers, motivators, teachers, and highly successful people. If you want to become an Olympic high jumper, best get to jumping. If you want to become a great dancer, well, guess what? You got to dance, We are all good at what we do a lot of. Where you put your focus matters. So to borrow a moment from Paul Simon, make a new plan, Stan. No need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Now, in this song, we are not trying to figure out how to leave your lover. We're trying to figure out how to leave inefficient progress and success-stealing habits behind. Now, if we do this work, if we do it, here's the core promise of it. If you do just a few of the right things consistently, you can gain more clarity, energy, focus, and peace of mind than you've had in many years. So, we're going to make a plan, like they say, make a new plan, Stan. The first part is this: make a plan for tomorrow, tonight, and write it down. It becomes a blueprint, a set of rules for your own game. When we don't do that, we sabotage ourselves. We wake up and we wander instead of striding with purpose toward our goals. We're playing a game with no goalposts. You wouldn't want to play basketball if the rules changed in the middle of the game, right? What if the ump decided in the sixth inning of a baseball game to give the other team 4 strikes for an out and change the rule to only say 2 strikes for your team? It's the same with life. Got to keep this in mind. We are the umpires, the referees of our own game. The rules we devise for our own game of life really will matter in the way we play it and to the outcome of the game. And the bonus is this: writing down tomorrow's goals lets your mind rest. You'll sleep better. You'll wake up with purpose. So sleep like it matters, because it does. How much do you get? 7, 8 hours? I sure hope so. I know. Some people can function on 3 to 5 hours, but they are usually running on fumes and raw ambition, Most of us can't do that. I mean, me, if I'm up at 3 a.m., it's for a quick trip to the bathroom, most likely, not to conquer the world. We're all wired differently, but here's the deal. Good sleep is fuel, and science backs that up. Chronic sleep loss impairs memory, weakens the immune system, and raises your risk of heart disease. A guy named Matthew Walker wrote a book called Why We Sleep. It's a gold mine on this topic. It's worth reading. So let your body wind down. Don't eat late. avoid too much caffeine. Now, some folks like me can have a cup of black coffee half an hour before turning in, and it's no big problem. But if I eat chocolate before bedtime, sleep becomes a goal, and that's about it. Besides eating, if you do it just before bedtime, it really is changing the rules mid-game for your body. Just when it's time to rest and recuperate, we tell the body, sorry, Charlie, you have to stay busy, digesting and processing. How dumb is that? Give your body what it needs to recover. Now let's talk about food. I'm not a diet guru. I'm really not. But I do know this. Cut the sugar, especially the processed stuff. It's addictive. And what it does to your body might as well be actual poison. High fructose corn syrup, it's garbage. Soft drinks, liquid sabotage. If you're serious about transforming your life, you might start by looking at what you eat because it's what you become. I'm going to say that again because someone a lot smarter than I am said it first, and it's true. You are what you eat. Heck, I am what I ate yesterday and on into the past, and I know what to do. So do you. But right now, I'd really like to have a thick chocolate brownie with a dollop of vanilla ice cream on top and a tall glass of cold milk, or maybe a cup of coffee. Now, if saying that created an urge in you to find something sweet to eat, you are also an addict. This is an addictive response to one of the most powerful substances we face, processed sugar. We all have to fight it, and we can. And while you're at it, don't skip your vitamins. Get a little sunshine every day. Vitamin D is free if you step outside, and research has shown we need actual sunshine, not just milk and supplements. So get out there, look up, feel the breeze, the heat, whatever nature has for you. 15 to 30 minutes a day is a useful dose. It's good medicine too. So train your body and your brain. Memorize this if you can. Exercise isn't punishment. It's preparation. I have to tell myself that all the time. Come on. Exercise is not punishment. It's preparation. It's training for the mind and the body. When you have an exercise routine or a collection of things you like to do to train your body, you'll be doing your mind a world of good. Sweat is good. You're eliminating toxins and producing endorphins. Now, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Just reminding you how important a handful of things really are if your goal is transformation to something better. And if you can, exercise every day. Your mind will thank you. So will your muscles. So will your mood. And while you're at it, train your brain too. Read every day. It's really that simple. 10 pages, 20 pages. Just make it something meaningful. If you're going to do it anyway, might as well make it good, right? Here's a scientific note. Studies show that reading for just 6 minutes can reduce stress up to 68%. It also improves brain connectivity and memory retention. Good fiction works just as well as nonfiction. Just avoid the junk. Feed your mind good fuel. The human brain is the most sophisticated computer ever created. AI is faster, but there are intrinsic flexibilities in our brains that AI is going to be a long time equaling. Just remember the computer maxim because it is so true. Garbage in, garbage out. Feed your mind with knowledge and wisdom. It's a kind of relaxing creativity for your mind. Think about it. Someone else did the work of writing down some good stuff, and you get to just pour it into your brain. In fact, everything you consume, listen to, look at, becomes a part of you. Think of it as data calories for the brain. Feed it good fuel. Reading should also happen in a quiet place. Don't play music. Don't try to read a book while the TV is blaring. It won't do you as much good. Now, quick personal note. I worked in news for decades, and here's something that you need to hear. Too much media is bad for you. Too much media is bad for all of us. We need to stay informed, but not marinated in the outrage machine. Red versus blue, fake this, fake that, doom scrolls, endless noise. It spikes cortisol, it clouds thinking, and it steals time. All of those things matter. Do yourself a favor. Pick up the remote and turn it off. Put the phone in a drawer. You'll feel the difference. We all would. We all do if we ever do it. Try to be a good person. At work or anywhere, transformation is about becoming a better version of yourself, and we can all improve. That starts with listening more, speaking less. You know the old adage, you have 2 ears, 1 mouth, for a reason. Talk confirms what you know. Listening is how you learn. And always try to tell the truth, even when it's hard. I'm reminded of a couple of illustrations about truth-telling. You know, we have to tell our kids sometimes truths that they don't want to hear. It's all a matter, really, of how you do it, I guess. The 15-year-old, who is more sensitive than nitroglycerin, comes in and asks Mom, "How does this dress look?" Then quickly adds before Mom can say, "It is shockingly short and no way you're going out in that." The 15-year-old says, "It's what all the girls are wearing." Well, Mom is very cool. She could retort, "I don't care what the other girls are wearing. You are not leaving this house with your panties showing." That's something I might have said. Instead, she says, "Honey, you always look great. But you know that other outfit, the one we bought last week? You look absolutely spectacular in that. It's a little short, but just, I think we can both live with that one." And I'm thinking, oh boy, I think the nitro may be vibrating. I'm thinking maybe I should take some project notes into another room, get out of the way of the explosion. And then the 15-year-old says, "That other outfit is cute. You mean the one with the low back? You really like it better?" "Maybe," says wise Mom. "Why don't you try it on? It'll make you look about 18, and some of the other girls might be a little jealous. Emily just wishes she could wear a dress like that, but you go now, try it on. Let me know what you think." Well, of course it worked. It's one of the things I love about wise Mom. She's the smartest one in the family. And sometimes the truth unavoidably hurts. Don't bear false witness. Good enough for the 10 Commandments, it's good enough for today. Don't lie. Falsehoods create debts that will come due and must be paid. I think I was in the 5th grade. It was report card time. And at our home, you brought your heavy paper report card home from school and you showed it to your mom and dad. My grades were okay, but there was this deportment section, which told how well you have behaved during the long previous school quarter. Well, that quarter happened to coincide with the baseball playoffs and the World Series. And I had a 6-transistor radio, which caused a kind of kerfuffle in the history class. Several of us guys were passing that little radio around, taking turns with the earphone. You know, the little one that goes in your ear. Well, I like history a lot. I did way back then too, but hey, this is baseball we're talking about, and the Yankees were playing. You get the picture. Another trip to the principal's office. I was on a first-name basis that quarter with the whole staff. In any case, you didn't get a letter grade A through F in the deportment section. You got a plus sign or a minus sign. I looked at the card, and sure as the hot sun sets, there in history was a big, ugly minus sign. Blue ink. Now, I looked at it. I knew it spelled trouble, and I decided, no problem. No problem at all. I just pulled out my trusty Bic pen, and presto, a simple little line turned it into the prettiest plus sign you ever saw. I also fixed the minus signs in math class and English. Now, as undeniably skillfully as my short vertical lines were drawn, there was a problem with my adventure in forgery. See, in those days, my dad was a commercial printer by trade. Offset printing was a big deal then, and he could do it all. Halftones, photography in the darkroom. He ran the presses. He was a pro at precision color matching. I just didn't think anyone would notice the slight difference in the blue ink from school and the blue from my trusty Bic. But he did, in about 2 seconds. Dad pointed out the difference to me, quietly, which was a danger sign. Now, I could read that sign, and I decided rightly that lying to him at that moment would be an ill-advised course of action, so I told the truth. This was back in the days of corporal punishment. Sometimes the truth actually hurts, but, and the but was in play here, it didn't hurt as much as a lie would have, so there's that. And yes, the truth did lead to a kind of transformation, a valuable lesson, and one of many, many precious memories. He even made me take the report card back to school, show it to the principal, and give him my own report about my dad's assessment of my artwork. That rascal principal actually laughed. It wasn't funny. Last one. Embrace silence. Spend some time in silence, not just quiet, actual, intentional stillness. Call it meditation, call it reflection, call it not checking your phone for once. It doesn't have to be mystical. It's just letting go of doing and listening to nothing. Listen to your thoughts without responding to them. It's intentional nothingness. Listen to the silence. Watch as the thoughts come and go, and be aware of the spaces between them. That is the silence into which you seek to reside, at least for a little while. The more you do it, the more you will do it, and here's the payoff. The mental tumult will subside, and you, all of yourself, will feel an elusive and glistening kind of bliss. It'll change you in small, quiet ways that add up to something big. Quick observation about personal motivation and transformation programs in general. There are a lot of them. I've done a few of them, and they tend to boil down to this. Learn why we tend to make the same mistakes over and over again. Break the cycle. There are ways to do that. Learn from the past, the present, and the future, and learn that for these purposes, they are not connected unless you connect them. Now, learn how to leave the past in the past. In one of my novels, there's a true story. I was looking for a cool story to tell one day while walking down 6th Avenue, Avenue of the Americas in New York. As I got near to Radio City Music Hall, across the street was a group of black guys, performers, young. One of them was playing a collection of plastic buckets with drumsticks. There have been a lot of guys since him who've done exactly that and still do it today for tips and so forth. Heck, he even played the sidewalk. The other guys took turns break dancing on cardboard that was laid flat on the concrete. In the novel, A Hole in the Apple, there's a moment, a bit of conversation with them. And of course, I borrowed it from real life because it really happened, but this is not a quote, it's just from the book. The kid says, "We gonna get a record deal. We be moving up the east side, baby." The heads in his posse bobbed in agreement. Lots of people say that. Yeah, well, it's going to happen for me. I see it happening. I see it clear. Yeah, but you're from Greenpoint. You've had a lot of trouble in your life. So, what's that got to do with anything? You know what people say. The past is bound to repeat itself. Man, the young dancer was agitated. That's a lot of junk. Yesterday ain't got nothing from me that's worth keeping. So I ain't taking none of it with me to tomorrow. You hear what I'm saying? I'm going to... His friends had walked up as his voice rose in agitation. Excuse me, we are going to get a record contract. Raymond over there can sing. Hell, we all can sing and dance. And you done seen Mookie play. We going to make a video too. Why? 'Cause I said so. That's why I know we're going to do it. See, I see it happening clear. Thanks for letting me read a little bit from the novel. The point is, that is at the core of every self-discovery, motivation, and transformation program that I have bumped into. Some call it living backwards, some call it envisioning the future. In every case, you set in your mind a vision of what you desire most in your life and then live into the identifiable stages that are absolutely required if you're going to get there. As the kid in the book said, you need to see it happening clear. Now, what I've been talking to you about are the little things, all of them easy, that make it possible for you and I to be focused and to remain focused on that future of our dreams that is going to happen if we keep the faith, never give up, drive for the prize, one foot in front of the other, every success cliche you've ever heard. It's the little things that we do or don't do that help us identify the bad habits, thoughts, and attitudes of the past that keep the shackles of our own making latched to our ankles, and to cast them off and leave them off as we step into a future of our own creation. So, let's recap. Make a plan tonight for tomorrow. It'll be the first of many crucial plans that you will make. Sleep well and long enough. Eat clean, or at least cleaner. Skip the sugar. Train your body. When you go to work, remember who you are. Dedicated, focused, a truth teller, dependable. Be that person on the job and at home. Train your mind. Read daily. Avoid the media mayhem as much as you can. Be honest. Listen. Seek to learn. And sit in silence every day. All of that is for you, and none of that is really hard. When your cup is full, you've got more to give. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me some of your time. It is precious, and I sure do appreciate it. I hope you'll be back next time, for sure. Thank you for listening to the Harley Carnes podcast. You can hear it on Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Doing these podcasts is fun, but it's most fun when we do them together, when I know you're there. One of the best ways you can support this show is by visiting my home site, harleycarnes.com, and picking up one of the books. Every purchase will help keep the podcast alive and growing. I hope you'll read it and enjoy it. Until next time, I am Harley Carnes. Fly safe, be well.